And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Olivier Coste.
All right, fighters, Kairat. All right, guys, watch out for headbutt, low blow, back of the head and spine. Listen my comment all the time, defend yourself at all time. Touch girl if you want, back your corner.
Akhmetov had an 8-week camp in prep for this one. He said it will not go the distance this time. Morias trained at ATT in Florida in preparation. Said he grew up a lot after the last fight. He's a different fighter. He's hungrier, more well-rounded. He's got a champion's mindset. This fight brought to you by the Venetian Macau. Southpaw stance on the champion, Kairat Akhmetov.
2 years in the making, Michael. We have entered round 6 of the Flyweight World Championship.
Mораес said he sat back too much in their previous contest. He waited too much. He's not going to make that mistake tonight. And he launches a high left roundhouse kick. Akhmetov presses Mораес back against the cage.
Morias says he has 2 keys to victory here tonight. 1, be first, like you said, initiate the exchanges, and be first in all striking battles. 2nd, defend the takedown. Can he stop the first takedown attempt by Akhmetov?
Akhmetov says he's made improvements in his striking, in his combinations, and his sense of distance. 2 things he believed were lacking in the first fight was the distance and the combinations.
Akhmetov, on the other hand, needs to be more active on the feet. He needs to be first. Throw punches in heavy bunches. Get the takedown and do damage when he gets on top.
Mораes did say he would finish Akhmetov tonight. Said, I'll take him down, I'll put him on his back. Says, my top game is better than Akhmetov's. It was such a razor-close fight last time. Who will prevail tonight in front of a sellout crowd inside the Cotai Arena in Macau? Broadcast to 128 countries, a potential audience of over 1 billion. Mораes looking for the takedown. Holding the cage there, though, not permitted from Akhmetov.
That's huge, Michael. Akhmetov had Morias pressed up against the cage, trying to initiate the takedown. Morias was able to spin him around and get the takedown for himself. That's massive. That says a lot. Has the back injury and the time off been too much for Akhmetov? Is he still the same fighter that won the Flyweight World Championship?
An 80% finishing rate for Akhmetov. 3-time Greco-Roman wrestling champion. But didn't fight in 2016. This is his first fight in 20 months. And you've got to wonder as the rounds go on, how will that inactivity affect the champion?
Morias passing the guard of Akhmetov. Now he's got that pressure down. Looks like he's possibly trying to threaten a Kimura. Oh, he gets in the mount. Oh.
Mount to half guard now for Adriano. Morias still has top position where he wants to be.
You see Akhmetov trying to elevate the hips there, but Morias flattens himself back down.
Akhmetov has 17 first-round wins, including 12 first-round submissions.
You see Akhmetov trying to create a little bit of space by pushing off the hips there, but Morias just gets so tight and he's so fluid with his hips, constantly moving around, just making ever subtle little changes to make sure his hips can stay in position. Look at that.
Morias wants to get back down on the ground and on top of Akhmetov. Akhmetov throwing up the heels here, very dangerous. Looks to pass the body here, does Morias. In half guard now. A choke specialist, Adriano Morias. All 8 subs have come via choke. Quite varied too. Bravo chokes, guillotines, arm triangle chokes, and rear naked chokes. Now he finds himself inside the butterfly guard, looking to pass on the left side of Akhmetov's body.
Morias trying to pass the half guard here of Akhmetov, but Akhmetov's doing the right things. He's making sure the hips constantly are moving, constantly are staying active.
Half guard again for the Black Diamond. 73% finishing rate for him. Posting up with that left arm, Akhmetov tries to get to his feet, but Morias keeps him down. He did specified that his top game is better than Akhmetov's. And now the Kazakh back to his feet. Let's see if Akhmetov can show off some boxing. He does come from the same town as the great Russian amateur gold medalist boxer, Sergei Vodopyanov. Tiny Teldegorda. Flicking front kick there from Mораес. Circles clockwise. Oh, tagged him with the right hand as Mораes. Front kick from the Brazilian. Very good first round from him. Really impressed by Adriano Mораes as we go to the towels mix.
Mораes was more effective in the first round. I got to agree with you there, Michael. He was a bit more active, but the fact that he was able to stop that takedown, reverse it, take Akhmetov down, that's going to be a big, big tell for me. Rich, how did you see that round?
Well, I'll tell you, I was really surprised by the takedown with Mораes, and what was even better was the top position that he had, because that was a problem he had with Akhmetov in the first fight. This round was about the ground control. He did a good job there. He didn't make significant advances in score. It's still a pretty close fight because basically Mораes had a chain where he had passed the guard, ended up in side mount. There was a reestablishment, tried to get mount and all that. But still, he's ahead on the scorecards, ground control. At this point in time, he would have the decision.
We're ready to roll. Second round, set for 5. Inside the magnificent Cotai Arena. It is all part of one championship, Kings and Conquerors from Macau. Adriano Mораes impressive in the opener.
Ready?
Yeah, in the first fight, Michael, I also gave the nod to Mораes. I thought he did enough, but the judges saw it a different way. It's all depending upon how exactly these fighters can implement their game plan, but ultimately, if it goes to the judges, how do they see it?
Remember, folks, if you are new to one championship, the 3 judges cage-side score on an overall fight, not round by round. Good movement here from Adriano Mораes. Outside thigh kick from the champion, Akhmetov. Thought about a thrusting knee off the back leg. Didn't have the distance, Mораes. Forked right hand from him. Right hand down the tube, but Akhmetov sees them coming. Interesting stance here on Kairat Akhmetov. Very straight up, chin isn't tucked, back very straight, Mitch.
Yeah, you know, he's definitely leaving a huge exposure in the body because these body kicks are landing, and you can see him kind of flinch every time Mораes attempts to throw a body shot at the midsection there of Akhmetov. He looks a little bit hesitant in the stand-up, and he's not really relaxed yet. Nice little attempt there at a combination. I like to see him open up, get a little bit more relaxed in these combinations.
Second round has often been a good round for Mораes. Submitted Tilak Bakharov last time out with just 11 seconds remaining in the second round to win the interim title.
That body kick is landing, Michael, and it's hurting Akhmetov.
Outside thigh kick from Akhmetov. Champion in the white trunks, the interim champion in the black trunks. Probing here, Adriano Mораes, good inside thigh kick, nice and high on the thigh. Threads the jab. Mораes looking confident, looking smooth. Akhmetov can't rely on the single strikes. Oh, he takes a knee! And Mораes almost transitioned into the Muay Thai clinch. Akhmetov just escaped in time.
Looked like that flying knee landed. Akhmetov tried to shrug it off, but I think he's starting to pick his shots now.
Mораes has been landing the inside and outside thigh kicks. Let's see if he goes to the body. In 2013, he became the first man to beat the great judo fighter Delena Lopez with a body kick in the third round.
I would anticipate Akhmetov to shoot him for a double leg pretty soon here. Mораes is starting to open up with some of these strikes.
Beautiful body kick there from Mораes. He is putting on a striking display here, the Black Diamond.
Akhmetov trying to back him up against the cage. Lands a little bit of a left hand there, grazing the chin of Mораes as he starts to push forward. Mораes is constantly circling away from the cage, not allowing his back to get pressed up, and that's where he made a lot of mistakes last time. Ahmedov was able to get his back into the cage and then drag this fight to the ground. Mораes is forcing this fight to stay standing. He's winning a lot of these striking exchanges.
You may see some spectacular strikes also from Mораes. Does have a background in capoeira.
Loves the
Brazilian
flying
martial art.
knee. Loves the flying knees.
Akhmetov, high right roundhouse kick, just not enough torque on it. Got to pivot on the supporting leg, on the supporting foot to get that roundhouse kick across. Mораes has the reach. Very long arms on the Brazilian. The shorter, stockier of the two, the Kazakh, Kairat Akhmetov. Two very cerebral fighters. And Akhmetov trying to go 24-0. It'll be the longest winning streak in the mixed martial arts world. And there's a flying knee from Mораes, and Akhmetov takes him down.
See if he can keep it there now. Mораes is able to pop back up. Now he's got the back, that body lock staying nice and tight, a little bit of the knees. If he wants to punch, he's got to let go of the body lock. He's got about 30 seconds left to do as much damage as he can, because I think the striking superiority, at least in this round, has gone to Mораes.
Belly to back there from Akhmetov, trying to ragdoll Mораes to the canvas. Back elbows from Mораes, clever, just gets out of the way of that rising knee.
The strength is still there for Ahmedov. See, he had to let go of the body lock, and he enabled Mораes to turn and go chest to chest with him.
We're going to move into the third round. And once again, as it was the first time, a very close fight. There's the jumping knee from Adriano Mораes.
Just barely missed there. But again, we're starting to see both fighters get a little bit more relaxed in the striking exchanges. There's that jumping knee again, that capoeira background coming into play. Rich, how did you have the second round so far?
I like the way Akhmetov actually opened up that round because he was stalking Mораes down. That's a lot of what he did in the first fight that won him the decision. I actually think Mораes, though, overall won the striking superiority in that round. This round was all about the striking for me. I'll say this, towards the end of the round when Ahmedov was trying those takedowns, I didn't score him for takedowns on those, because when you take somebody down, you need to secure your position in order for it to actually count for a takedown. So he didn't actually score on my card.
But does the forward pressure score in aggressiveness?
It will score in aggressiveness, which is a different category, but just not as a takedown. At this point in time, I have Mораes ahead not only in the striking superiority, but also in ground control. They're not significant leads, but they're leads in two categories.
Both men touch gloves. Flyweight championship of the world. The champion in the white, the interim champion in the black. Third of 5, brought to you by the Venetian Macau. Mораes again moving very well. Oh, he gets tagged! He gets tagged by the champion, and they splash to the canvas. And what a start here from Akhmetov, turning on the power in the third round.
Flash knockdown by Ahmedov as he jumps all over Mораes. Mораes seemed like he recovered quickly and popped back up to his feet. As Ahmedov's trying to work that body clinch, got one hook under, got a 50-50 position here. But again, Mораes is able to turn him around and get his back away from the cage.
Opportunity for the knees here for Adriano Mораes, and he throws it to the midsection of Kairat Akhmetov. Akhmetov backs Mораes against the wire. Chance for the knees again. There's one for the forearm from Mораes.
This is where Mораes had a problem in his first fight. Ahmedov was able to press him up against the cage and then secure the takedown, hold the takedown, and then start landing ground and pound. What did he learn from the first fight? How is he going to make that correction? Can he stop the takedown?
Latching onto the single leg here, and indeed Mораes stops the takedown attempt from Ahmedov. Still latched onto that single leg. Downward elbow from Mораes off the right arm. What a close contest. What a seesawing battle we're seeing here, Mitch.
That's what, these are huge battles that he is winning by stopping the takedown of Ahmedov. He wasn't able to do that in their first fight, but he's able to do it here in the second.
Those right hands of Mораes almost look like a Chudansuki reverse punch of karate. Down the center corridor again. Mораes thrusting out the jab. Ahmedov circling off to his left. Got to stay out of range of that right hand, though.
That big overhand right thrown by Ahmedov seems to be the biggest punch of the fight so far, as Ahmedov gets the takedown this time. Let's see what he can do with it.
Wrenching takedown from the champion, but Mораes back to his feet. He wants a takedown now. How the pendulum swings in a matter of moments in the martial arts world. And now Mораes back in control. Ahmedov takes the head out of trouble.
Man, when we start getting into the championship rounds 4 and 5, I think these takedown defenses or these sort of switches in momentum are going to pay huge dividends.
Body shot, belly button through the back there from Adriano Mораes. Let's see if Mораes can put that lead foot a little more to the outside of the lead foot of Ahmedov to engage that right hand. Certainly a speed behind it, and certainly has length.
You gotta wonder, do these failed takedown attempts by Ahmedov, A, have an effect on his energy expenditure? Is he starting to fatigue a little bit? But B, is it gonna hurt his confidence? Is he gonna start to doubt himself when we get into the championship rounds? These body kicks are starting to, add up too.
High front kick there from Ahmedov. Takes a counter right hand on the nose from Mораes. Mораes following him around the cage, cutting off his distance, edging forward on the champion. Trips away from the right hand now, Ahmedov. Takes a body kick. He's slowed down here, the Kazakh. Fake from Mораes. Seems really confident, really loose and relaxed. Mораes is not wasting any shots, not overexerting himself, picking his openings and landing, Mitch.
Yeah, but he's not really putting the heat on Ahmedov like he could. The jab is landing, that body kick is landing, but he seems a little bit hesitant to pull the trigger. Maybe when he got dropped there at the beginning of the round, that affected him too much as Ahmedov slides in for a double leg, but good defense by Mораes.
Comes to the knees here from Mораes. Both men trade body shots. Mораes tries to pull the head down into the meet and greet. The Brazilian on the front foot again.
See, Michael, this didn't happen in their first fight. Ahmedov was able to land takedown after takedown. Now Mораes is starting to defend these takedowns, stop it. And we gotta wonder, as 10 seconds left, now we're getting into the championship rounds. Who will rise up and realize that they are the true flyweight world champion?
3 rounds down, we're about to move into our penultimate round of action here in Macau. Some of the action as it went down.
There's that, that was a left hand that dropped in, my fault, but Mораes was able to pop right back up, catch the leg kick, get a takedown. Oh yeah, that was a left hand that caught him clean on the chin. But Mораes was able to pop back up, get a takedown of his own, and then this is some of the previous action. There's some of the strikes, evasive maneuvers, getting out of the way, not a lot of contact done there. Rich, does the third round change your scoring at all?
This is a great fight to show you how we score around. I have Mораes just slightly ahead on the damage category. And the reason why is because Ahmedov is really starting to slow down. His energy is dropping, and I believe a lot of that is from the body kicks. They found a home. I have him ahead on striking superiority, I have him ahead on ground control, and I have him ahead on takedowns. I didn't score the takedown that Ahmedov hit when Mораes landed the switch, because he still wasn't able to establish true position on the ground. And I believe that Mораes is just being slightly more aggressive, so I have him ahead on basically every category.
The flyweight championship up for grabs. Adriano Mораes edged ahead at the moment, it would seem. But Ahmetov has 2 rounds remaining to make up ground. Let's see if Mораes goes back to the body with those kicks. Certainly, when a fighter becomes fatigued in the latter stages, to go to the body is a good recipe, and that's where Mораес goes.
Again with the body kick. Now as we enter the championship rounds, how many times is he going to go back there? Is Akhmedov going to start to drop his hands, and is it going to leave the head open to some of his blind attacks or a possible head kick?
Takedown there from Mораes. He looks to pass the guard, and he's inside a half guard. Fantastic stuff from the Brazilian. Big constrictor, a choke specialist, Mораes. He's put more people to sleep than anesthesia. But can he tap out Akhmetov here tonight? It would be something else.
No holding, work. Watch out, back of the
Starting to
head.
step over the half guard. Akhmetov is trying to keep him there. He's probably exhausted at this point. All those body kicks starting to add up.
Top position for Mораes, exactly where he wants to be.
Watch out.
Not so for the champion, Kairat Akhmetov. Mораes has only had 2 losses in his career. One was controversially against Akhmetov. The other was on his one championship debut against Yusuf Sadulayev.
And that was a bantamweight. So he's only got 1 loss at this weight against the opponent that he's facing right now.
And a controversial one, a back flying knee attempt again there from Mораes. Akhmetov needs to start turning up the pressure here. Needs to start landing some salvos. Outside leg kick from Mораes. Long legs, long arms on the Brazilian, and he's used them effectively so far tonight. Can Akhmetov get on the inside? Can he land some combinations? He said that in that 8-week camp, he'd worked on the combinations. Said they were lacking the first time around. They're lacking a little here at the moment. Fires that right hand down the tube and takes an accidental finger in the eye there, says Adriano Mораes.
So he's going to get 5 minutes in this situation. Rich, why don't you explain to the folks at home exactly what's going on?
They'll call an injury timeout right now, and then Mораes gets the duration of a round in order to have, if it's severe enough, the doctor will actually come in and check him. But they'll assess the eye, make sure that he can still see. He gets 5 minutes to resume. If he can resume, they'll just go back to action. If not, if he's unable to resume due to an incidental foul, at this point in time, we're beyond the midway point, they'll go to the judges' scorecards.
Let's check out the action. It's exactly what happened. Not quite seen it there. Maybe we can see that again. Might have missed it on that one.
Akhmetov gets a moment also to reconsider his standing in this fight. No doubt his corner have told him he needs to up his work rate, and it looks like Mораes is okay to go on.
Looks like it was a possible thumb to the eye. Yeah, right there. That was the one.
A little bit of reddening, but nothing too concerning for Mораes, where he recommences here. Penultimate round of action, 4 of 5. Akhmetov needs to start bringing it now. Spinning heel kick there from Akhmetov. Acrobatic, but not near the target. Inside thigh kick, nicely done from the champion. Fake there from Mораes. Mораes constantly making Akhmetov guess as to where he's going. He drifts left, he drifts right, slams that roundhouse kick into the ribcage.
Like the lateral movement shown by Mораes. The constant forward pressure of Akhmetov is there. We're seeing the aggressiveness from Akhmetov. He's trying to land punches, but he's just ever so slightly out of reach. You can see him flinch every time Mораes throws that body kick, so these shots have got to start adding up.
Those front kicks, those teep kicks off the back leg of Mораes seem to have hurt Akhmetov. Some reddening around the Kazakh's midsection from those body attacks. Oh, high kick from Mораes, beautifully to sky. Then he goes back to the body. Just drills the ball of the foot into to the midsection of Kairat Akhmetov. Looping right hand from Mораес, in control of this fight at the moment. It's time for Akhmetov to light the fuse. It's time for some explosiveness from the champion. That one to the solar plexus.
Mораes is starting to put it on again with a flying knee.
Can Akhmetov cut off the movement of the Brazilian? 15 seconds remaining in the fourth round. Oh, there's a capoeira! Dazzling martial art of Brazil. Spinning hook kick there from Adriano Mораes. He's putting on a show now. It's a martial art display of the highest order from the interim champion.
Here's some of these attacks. Nice leg catch to secure a takedown. He was trying to pass the guard, trying to stay active, but that's the story. These body kicks, they are landing one after the other. Nice little jumping switch kick to land with the head kick, but the kicks of Mораes have got to be adding up in the striking superiority. Rich, what do you got?
Yeah, Michael had it right. Mораes has just increased the lead, and he's done it in every category. He's being more aggressive. He's gotten more comfortable in the stand-up, throwing combinations, landing head kicks, the capoeira head kick. He landed another takedown in that round, and you're right, those body kicks, they're adding up, and they're really starting to accumulate some body damage there as well. So he's just increased his lead in all the categories. He should be, at this point in time, way ahead on the judges' scorecards.
For Adriano Mораes, in control in the rematch he's been waiting for. For Kairat Akhmetov, trying to retain the gold and looking for a world record. An historic night if he can go 24-0. It'll be the longest winning streak in all the world of mixed martial arts. Fifth and final round for the flyweight championship of the world.
But if this goes to his decision, that historic streak might be halted by Mораes.
High inside thigh kick from Akhmetov. Mораes' back leg has been a real weapon tonight. And he switches stance to southpaw, very side on. Is he going to launch the left roundhouse kick here? Thought about a turning kick, an Uchidogeri. Switching stance constantly now, confounding the champion, making him guess, making him wonder which way is he going to go, what stance is he going to use, what's he going to throw next. It's a roundhouse off the right.
At this point, I do believe that Ahmedov's got to finish the interim champion to get the win if he wants to extend that streak to 24-0. Mораes has got the single leg. Let's see how Ahmedov is able to defend.
It was a driving single-leg attempt that Ahmetov managed to stop. Mораes still looking for the takedown. Now he gets it. One butterfly hook lifting him there. And Mораes on top of Ahmetov.
Nicely done.
Double butterfly hooks now from the champion, controlling Mораes' posture. Little palm heel strike there from Adriano Mораes. Don't see them often, but they are effective. More palm heel strikes to the side of the head from Mораes.
Ahmedov trying to control the posture of Mораes so he's not able to posture up and drop any heavy ground and pound. He's got the feet on the hips, trying to elevate Mораes out so he can possibly break away.
Ahmetov comes in tonight, 23 fights in a row he has won. It is incredible. But he may be staring down the barrel of his first ever loss. It would be monumental for Adriano Mораes to be that man who dethrones the champion and who stops history being made on Akhmetov's record.
Go work.
Almost trying to work past the half guard, but Ahmedov's got a really good guard, and Mораes is a high-level black belt, so if he's not able to pass it, you know, this is high-level jiu-jitsu right here. You can see him trying to control the head, avoiding a lot of damage. Mораes isn't doing a lot on top. A little bit of head strikes right there, but it's not really adding up. It's not going to do any damage. But Mораes,
Watch out.
defending well as Ahmedov threw it, but a possible armbar right there.
The interim champion wants the true belt around his waist, and he's doing it at the moment. The seconds are ticking down as time becomes the enemy of Ahmedov. Muraes, a Naga No-Gi champion in 2014, showing off his BJJ stylings here in the final round.
Almost past the guard now. Looks like he's worked his way into side control. Now this is the biggest advantage we've seen on the ground from Muraes. What can he do now that he has side control position?
Dominance here from Adriano Muraes, avenging his loss last time, the controversial loss, and doing so in style. Knees to the body, knees to the head from side control. Relentless here from Adriano Muraes.
Go work to finish.
Textbook Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Michael. He's got the hip controlled on one side. Look, now he's gonna try to take that left hand around the other head there. His control is just so dominant on top.
The repertoire, the martial arts skill set we've seen from Muraes tonight has been phenomenal. We've seen capoeira, we've seen Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we've seen kickboxing, Muay Thai and Judo, we've seen boxing, the complete mixed martial arts performance from Muraes tonight.
Yeah, he has done it all. He has shown a complete range of mixed martial arts skills, and now he is just putting an exclamation point on it right here by controlling an area where he was dominated in the first fight. I shouldn't say dominated, but controlled.
You can see why they call him the Black Diamond, because this is a polished performance. Ahmetov now, it may be desperation time. The champion goes firing. Can he light himself up for the final 25 seconds? It's going to take something special to turn the tide here for the champion Ahmetov.
It's going to take a little bit of time to set up a possible submission here. He might want to let him stand back up and he'll go, wishing for a knockout.
Is there one big top thumper left for Kairat Ahmetov? He throws the hook, and Muraes takes him down. He owns him in the final second. A big takedown as the interim champion just become the true world champion again.
What a fight! Adriano Muraes, the interim champion. His team believes he's done enough. Celebration on top of the shoulders. Let's take a look at some of this action. That was a beautiful single leg. He had it between the legs, steps over, sweeps around, gets the trip. And here's just some of this dominant side control, a little bit of ground and pound. But then this is the final button right there to be pushed. Shoots in, gets the takedown, exclamation point. Is it over? Is that it?
Just a textbook performance from Adriano Muraes. A complete martial arts performance from a complete martial artist. The last one was controversial. I don't think there'll be anything controversial here, because that was domination from Muraes. Let's go to Dominic Lau with our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of intense battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have scored in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now, the undisputed One Championship Flyweight World Champion, from the blue corner, Adriano Muraes.
What a moment here for Adriano Muraes. What a performance from the Black Diamond from Brazil. Once again, championship gold about to go around his waist. CEO International of One Championship, Victor Cui, presents the belt that Adriano Muraes has wished for, has trained for so long. And with the most complete performance of his career, he's done it here tonight. And more than that, he became the first man to derail the steam train of Kairat Ahmetov. Let's go to Mitch Chilson with the champion.